What's up, YouTube? So today it's gonna be a first for me. Just thinking about this in my head, and while I was at the grocery store, the meat section was completely cleared out. So I saw some of this Beyond Beef. So I decided to try to make some kebabs with it. Now normally when I make kebabs, I like to make my own spice mix from cumin to coriander and allspice and cloves and bay leaves. Some fresh ginger, garlic, onions, serrano peppers, and it's just a whole mixture of spices into that. Now I'm going to do a little bit of a simplified version here just to provide ways of doing things faster, and if you don't have your own spice array that I normally keep at home, at your local Asian markets or Indian grocery stores, they sell spice mixes like this. Now, I typically don't follow the instructions that are on the back of the box just because I like to do it a little bit different way, and this tends to get a little too salty for me. So I like to adjust a little bit. So I'm going to be using this Seekh Kebab mix with the spices, or with the few of the additions to it and some spices with this Beyond Beef, and we're going to make a really good tasty kebab, which I really hope turns out great, and we're going to serve it with a little bit of a salad. So let's go ahead and get started here. Alright, so the first thing that we got to do is get all of my ingredients out. Got my spice mix here, the Seekh Kebab spice mix. Got my Beyond Beef, my chili garlic sauce. I'm going to add about a 1/4 cup of coconut flour, 3 cloves of garlic, got about an inch cube of ginger, medium small onion there, and I've got a bunch of cilantro. Now the first part of this is to just get everything combined and into a bowl here, and I'm going to go ahead and do that. And in order to do that, I need to prep the onion, the ginger, and the garlic, and we're going to put that into the mini chopper here just to create a nice paste. Okay, so I went ahead and prepped the ginger, garlic, and onion, process it into a nice fine paste here. Did a rough chop of my cilantro. Now we're going to go ahead and prep the mixture here. So I've got my 1 pound of Beyond Beef. Going to stick that into a mixing bowl here. To that, I'm going to add in all of this ginger and garlic paste, and with the onions. So add that in there. Throw the chopped cilantro in there. Gonna throw my coconut flour. It's a 1/4 cup of coconut flour there. Now I'm gonna take my chili garlic sauce. And normally I'd add some serrano peppers, but I'm out. So chili garlic sauce, just add a little bit of heat. Gonna throw in a couple of tablespoons here. And normally if you're cooking it from scratch, all the spice mix, I'd add some paprika, maybe some cayenne, some red chili powder. But as the spice mix that I have already has that in there, what I am going to do is I'm going to add in a little bit of extra turmeric here. Going to give myself a teaspoon of turmeric, and then I'm just going to add just a touch of cumin, another teaspoon of cumin there. And then of this spice mix that comes in a foil packet like this, I'm just going to add in like 3 tablespoons. It's about half the packet. The instructions on the packet say 2.2 pounds, so just use about half the packet there. And then now I'm just going to mix this all together. Now this is my first time using this Beyond Beef, so I'm not quite sure about the consistency. I added the coconut flour just to help with the form. And I don't want to add an egg white. I'm trying to avoid adding an egg to this mixture. But looks like it's getting to a pretty good consistency here. Enough for me to allow me to form the patties for the kebabs in a little bit. Oh man, that actually smells really good. Alright, so now what I'm going to do here is I'm going to cover this and I'm going to set this aside for about an hour just to marinate and let all of those beautiful flavors come together. Alright, so it's been about an hour and the kebabs have been marinating here. And so now we're going ready. I'm going to take this plastic wrap off. Oh man, all that onion, the garlic, the ginger, all the spice coming together just smells fantastic right now. So at this point, I'm kind of ready to go ahead and shape these, and then I'm going to fry them on a pan. And I'm heating my pan up to medium heat. And my understanding is that we want to make this vegan meat just a little bit thicker patties so they don't dry out as much. And so I'm going to form these up. Alright, so as you can see here, I kind of just took that and I separated that into 8 equal parts, and I just made 8 patties here. And I'm going to set these aside now, and I'm going to get ready to pan fry these. But before I do that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make basically a dipping sauce, and then I'm going to lay these kebabs over a layer of greens. So I want to make a sauce for the greens, a dressing for the greens, but I also want to make a little bit of a dipping sauce on the side. Now, every part of this recipe has been vegan. This dipping sauce, however, is not going to be vegan, and it's going to be composed of some sour cream, some chili garlic sauce, and I'm just going to throw some cumin and some salt and pepper in there, and I'm just going to mix that up into a nice dipping sauce. It's going to be very flavorful. Just with a little bit of a kick in there. So to start, I'm going to go ahead and take a couple of, let's go with, don't mind having a little extra, I can keep it on the side for tomorrow when I have leftovers. A few tablespoons of sour cream. About a half a tablespoon of the chili garlic sauce. And I want to put about half a teaspoon of Himalayan pink salt. About a half teaspoon of black pepper as well. And then a little bit of cumin, about two teaspoons, and then I'm gonna throw in just a teaspoon of coriander. Then I'm just gonna mix that all together. And there you have it. A very simple dipping sauce. Very few ingredients. Now to keep it vegan, you can use a sour cream substitute. I've seen some in the grocery store personally. I haven't tried them, but that would work. Okay, so that was the dipping sauce. Now I'm going to go ahead. I've got a medium-sized bowl here. I want to make the dressing just to allow it to combine together, and then I'm going to just toss in my greens here in a little bit. Essentially, I'm going to make a dressing using avocado oil and apple cider vinegar with just some salt and pepper. Very, very simple, straightforward dressing here. So, we'll start by a few tablespoons of avocado oil. A couple tablespoons of apple cider vinegar. Some pepper. salt, about a teaspoon of each. And then that's it. I'm gonna now set this aside and I'm just gonna fry up the kebabs. Alright, so we're ready to fry these bad boys up. Got my pan set here on medium heat, and I'm going to just put in a little bit of coconut oil. I love coconut oil. Let that melt. And then I'm gonna put in these. Now they're only gonna require about 2-3 minutes per side here. Alright, so finished pan frying these. They've just got that beautiful color on the top where you know that when you get that burger with that nice, great color to it, you know all those juices are sealed in nicely. I think these have it, and I can just smell it. All of that beautiful spice combinations, all the herbs, everything, just making my apartment smell great. And my dog's sitting over there licking his lips, so I'm pretty sure they're gonna taste pretty good. So I'm going to set those aside for now. Now, I'm going to go ahead and put my salad together. I made my dressing earlier. Now again, I've got this organic power mix, green cabbage, broccoli, kale, rainbow carrots. You can really use any blend you want. I like these cabbage blends because they go well with it. So I'm just going to put a couple of cups in there. And then I'm going to just toss it to coat. Make sure I get the dressing to coat everything there. Alright. So there you have it. We got our dressing made. Now let's plate the dish here, and then we're gonna enjoy this bad boy. So just gonna lay down a bed of greens here. It's a very, very simple dish to make, quick and easy, very, very healthy, and we'll see what it tastes like here in a few minutes. Then I'm just going to put a couple of kebab patties right on top of the greens. And then I'm going to take a dollop of my sauce and just put it right on top. And there you have it. Some vegetarian kebabs, and you can keep them vegan if you adjust the sauce. Let's chow down.